JJS. Quite possibly the only Battlegrounds game that doesn't make you want to shoot your brains out, unlike some other games. Excuse me. But unfortunately, JJS has a huge issue. Most of the players don't use like 40% of the characters in this game. But why not? Well, that's what you're here for, I guess. But in order to understand why they don't want to use these characters, you need to understand what they want first. You see, subconsciously, people immediately judge a character, and it needs to hold up to a standard they've created in their mind. And to understand that standard, we need to see a total of two things: a character's moveset and the other characters in the game. The character's moveset is basically just their base and ultimate, and you have to make sure that this moveset is unique, because if it isn't, then why would they use it? On the other side, though, you have to make sure your character is just as strong as the other characters, because why would they play a character that has a disadvantage? Okay, so now we know they want two things: a unique character, but also a character that's just as strong as the other characters in the game. But how do we implement that? Since the base and the ultimate are mostly what players care about, this is what you should care about as well. Sounds very simple, but you have to make sure at least both of these are decent, otherwise your character is going to flop over and sit unused forever. Here's an example. Imagine you're distributing a product across two stores. You can't just give one store all the product and leave the other one out. Otherwise you won't maximize profits and
we need money!
But wait, my friend, that isn't the only thing you have to worry about. You also have to worry about not having enough product. Doesn't matter how evenly you distribute it if it's always sold out. And again, not maximizing profits. So now we know about 4 things you have to do in order to make a good character. 1. You have to make your character unique. 2. You have to make your character as strong as the other characters. 3. You have to put a lot of effort into making your character. And 4. You have to spread out said effort. Great, so now we know what makes a good character good. So we should be able to identify what makes a bad character bad. Here's the thing, even missing out on one of the 4 ingredients said before will lead to your character being unused, and there are many examples of this in the game. Characters like Mekamaru, Togai, Yuki, Haruta, Meimei, Kuroroshi, and many more. Now, out of all the examples I showed you, can you tell me why they're so unused? Exactly, they're missing an ingredient, and that ingredient is their strength compared to other characters. For example, let's use Yuki's ultimate against Yuji's ultimate. Now let's see. Yuki's ultimate is a black hole that kills anyone near it, and is guaranteed to kill at least one person if you hit it. But you have to die in order to use it, and if you miss, you lose your ultimate. Now it's time for Yuji. He has Cleave, Dismantle, a fire arrow that has wide AoE, Rush, world cutting slash that usually does 80% of someone's health, ranged M1s, and finally a domain, which is basically a guaranteed death sentence for anybody caught. And plus, you can use these 2 to 3 times in one ultimate. Yeah, not really a good look considering he has little to no downsides. Quick break, just want to say, can you like and subscribe? Please, pretty please. I know, it's cringe, it's corny, it's dumb, it's stupid, but it might work. It might. But anyways, back to the video because we don't want to stall that much. Now listen, I'm not saying TZE doesn't know basic character design, but the thing is, once TZE finishes a character, he just leaves them to rust and rot most of the time. And the big example of that would be our golden boy of being left behind. I don't think there is a regular character in this game that was done dirtier than Mekamaru. And the thing is, just adding one ingredient would make this character good, and that is his strength. The fact that there's nothing wrong with his base, nor is there anything wrong with the effort, and the only thing wrong is his ultimate, is kinda sad. Like, the thing is, all his moves are either underwhelming or just not worth it. First of all, his ultimate is 2 bars, not 1, and the second one resets if you die, for some reason. But, oh no, my friend, that isn't the only thing you have to worry about. You also have to worry about your moves, since it drains your ultimate every time you use them. Oh yeah, your moves are also really weak unless you charge them up, which would waste even more energy. And even if you don't use anything, your ultimate still drains passively. There's just so many things wrong with his ultimate, you could make a fair argument that his base is better. Dude, it's so bad to the point where I, the person making this video that has him in the thumbnail, won't even main the character. Now listen, we don't want to focus on one ingredient and just forget about the others. So, we'll look at an example of a character done wrong on creativity. Higuruma's moveset, base, and ultimate is lacking a lot of creativity, and that's mostly because of the anime JJK. I mean, as I said before, doesn't matter how good you are, you can't make something from nothing. Exactly, past me. The character just doesn't really do anything that would be considered a captivating moveset, and it really shows in the game. You know, here's an example. Let's go over this character's moves. First of all, he has extended swings. You just basically hit your enemy with the handle a bunch of times. That's it. You know, no. Maybe I just didn't give this character a fair shot. I mean, it's only one move. Let's go over the next one. The next move is Justice Served. Your gavel quickly expands to become a comically large hammer, and then you slam it onto the ground. Yeah, that's it. You don't know. Let's give this character one final chance. Let's look at his third move, Judgment's Reach. Your gavel extends far away and can be slammed into the ground at your decision. Yeah, not really a good look. Now listen, what you might be thinking is, oh, what about Final Judgment? That one is pretty unique. You aren't wrong, but that's about 12%, 12.5 if we're being specific, of the character. The other 87% is still extremely boring. Alright, that should be half of our ingredients accounted for. But here's the thing, I can't really do the last two because Top Z don't slack on his characters. But you know who does? Other people! So I want you to go into Skill Builder and just look at movesets with 100 stars or less and point out its problem. Because I don't want you to see this as just an informative video. I also want you to see this as a skill builder tips video as well. But anyways, even if this video doesn't do well, I just wanted to shine a bit of light, even if it's just a little bit on the situation. But anyways, I'm yapping too much. Let's just cut to the outro.